Welcome back to the AI Bros podcast. Myself and Kazra. How are you today, Kazra?
Very well, very well. Do you know what episode we're on,
We're on
Julian?
number 5, right?
We're on episode 6.
Oh, you're kidding me. I'm losing count after 5 days.
We are on episode 6. Who would have thought? Almost a week of daily calls with myself.
We've made it.
We have made it. So, we've got some interesting ones. I think this is going to be our strongest episode yet. This was a very dramatic one in Japan, of all places. So, I don't know if you saw this, but there was a news article that went live, which was technically true, but Google AI wasn't smart enough to actually read the full thing. So it's kind of like when you used to get like really excited as a kid and you didn't read the entire like manual and you started building all your Legos and then you got to like the last step and you're like, this is a mess. This is basically what happened, right? So Google read part of an article and it basically said that this 90-person company has went bankrupt in Japan. And basically what ended up happening is an employee from that company got their phone out in the morning while they were getting ready to go to work and it said that the company was dead, pretty much.
That's so weird. So is this like a popular newspaper in Japan or?
So let me tell you where they went wrong. Have you ever been on a website where it's got like a paywall? So like usually a lot of news websites do this.
Yeah, it's the worst. It's the worst because you just get the headline and that's it.
So that's exactly what happened. A different company, which was Yahaba Wholesaler, was the one that liquidated. The paper published it only with the headline, which was free, and the name of the company was behind the paywall. So this other company done something. Basically what Google done is it just put 2 and 2 together and got 6, and it just went with it. So the AI basically read the headline with the wrong context.
Nightmare. Now everyone thinks that company's just gone bankrupt.
Yeah, I mean, so my question is like, who do you blame at that point? Like, do you blame the news company with the paywall, or do you blame AI?
I think if it was me in that situation, I'm like, you know what? Probably gave the AI the wrong information, and I need to create more content and put more content out there that trains the AI and everything about me. Otherwise, this sort of stuff is going to happen. Like, that's the way that I would look at it.
Yeah, but I mean, the only issue you've got with that is like let's say, for example, a news article came out and it said Julian Goldie has died, let's say. Touch wood, you don't die. But because it's something like newsworthy, I think that kind of trumps everything that's being said about you.
Yeah, I see what you mean. But I would still, I mean, if it was me, I'm like, right, okay. Well, the other thing, I guess, as well, how good is the AI with Japanese? Because I can imagine like it's very, very good with English, but I know particularly with Thai, it's pretty bad. So I don't know what it's like with Japanese.
This is one thing that I was thinking about, because like you've definitely had it when you're speaking to SEO clients and they're like, I'm from Brazil, or I'm from, I don't know, a Scandinavian country or Thailand, right? SEO is very different in different countries that isn't English speaking. So like Australia, New Zealand, Canada, UK, America, very similar set of rules, very similar set of algorithms. All you can pretty much do the exact same thing in Canada and it'll work in Australia, right? I think that what's probably happened here is the grasp that AI actually has on foreign languages is probably not as good as the English language, and that's probably where it's messed up.
Yeah, 100%.
So our next story. Have you ever asked ChatGPT about medical advice, Julian?
All the time, honestly. Like, if I've got a choice between going to the doctor and getting medical advice from ChatGPT on the spot, I'm just going to go straight to ChatGPT. I don't recommend that to anyone watching, but that's what I do.
All right. Well, very quick question on this. So I'm just trying to get like a scale of like when you would go to the doctor, because I'm the same like let's say you've got a really bad pain in your chest. Do you ask ChatGPT or do you go to the doctor?
I don't know. Like, I mean, at that point, if it's like really serious and I'm like, blood, this is bad, I'll probably call my dad, who used to be a doctor, and just get a second opinion on ChatGPT. I've had a situation, and I won't go into too much detail, but I had a situation that was pretty serious. And then I was freaked out. I was like, tomorrow, if this is not fixed, I'm going straight to the hospital. Anyway, I did exactly what ChatGPT told me to do. Gave it all the context on the whole situation, and like the next day, totally fine. Just following its advice.
Really?
Yeah. So I was like, okay. Well, number one, like at least I don't have to spend 6 hours in the hospital.
Do you know what? So last year, after Masterminders, I had like an issue with I could only describe it as like a sharp pain to the point where I thought I was dying, right?
Whereabouts?
Like literally underneath my heart. And I
Oh,
was like, man, this is one way to go out. Like I was no word of a lie, right? And like it's all laughing matters now, but at the time I was like messaging James because I was like, I've not got a will here. So I was messaging Dooley. I was like, mate, the money's in this account. If everything goes wrong, this is what you need to do and stuff like that. And like, he was
seriously?
a bit freaked. Honestly, mate, honestly, like he was a bit freaked out. He was like, mate, come on, like, surely it's not that bad. So like, I ended up going to the hospital. Or no, sorry. I first of all went to the GP. And the guy was like, "Oh, don't like. We'll do some blood tests here. If anything's like, if everything's fine, I'm not going to phone you. If something comes up in your tests, I will phone you tomorrow, right?" So anyway, went to the local GP. Basically said that, and then it got to like 1 p.m. Actually, no, it was like 11 a.m. I got a phone call from the GP, and I'm like, "Oh, what?" He's like, yeah, you need to go into the Wigan Hospital. This is like really, actually, no, he didn't say it was really bad, but it was like, something's come up in your tests. I think you should go to Wigan Hospital. So anyway, like went there, done like so many more tests, and they were like, "Oh, yeah, we can't find anything wrong with you. Like you're a healthy guy. Like there's like you've not got any clogged arteries. Blood's flowing as it should. Like your heart's like your heart. So they've got like I think it's like a metabolic age where just by looking at your bones and like your organs and stuff, they can estimate what age you are. That age was actually lower than what I actually was. So anyway, yeah. Long story short, they couldn't find anything, and I'm very healthy, but I had this really bad heart issue.
That is weird, isn't it?
Yeah, but I mean, at certain times, I'm like, I should have just followed ChatGPT's advice.
It's often like that, isn't it? It's like I think it's easy to panic, especially if it's something you're not familiar with and you're like, where has this come from? And then sometimes you just like do nothing and you're fine, 24 hours.
What they were saying, which might have been the issue, is it could have been like really bad heartburn, which in fairness, like after that, I have been getting heartburn quite often. Like I literally can't eat like a lot of like takeaway food and stuff like that. Or it could have been stress as well from the days of the conference and stuff like that. They were saying like those two things are like really common, and when we come to like doing a lot of testing, nothing shows up. So it could have been that. But going back to the story, this guy, he's not got off as lightly as us two. Julian. ChatGPT medical advice brought man to brink of death, lawsuit alleges. But basically, these are some quotes from ChatGPT, which I think have been a little bit harsh. It basically said, God did not design your body to endlessly fail, which I think is super harsh. And it also said, God is still holding your body together every heartbeat, every breath, even when it feels like you are on the brink. So that's the answers that ChatGPT gave to this guy.
What are the custom instructions on this thing? Because it doesn't talk to me like that.
This is what I was thinking, like almost like Andrew Tate-esque, almost with the answers. So yeah, this was a bit of a weird one because I think I've spoke about this before, where all of the LLMs have like a black box and they know certain things about you. I was wondering maybe this guy was like really harsh on his ChatGPT, and maybe ChatGPT thought, right, it's my time to get back on him.
Yeah, I wonder if, I mean, it's so hard to know from the outside, but whether he's trained it to speak in this religious way or to speak like a certain, like it's almost like a pastor, isn't it? Or something like that. Like, obviously not like your normal. If I start a new conversation with ChatGPT, it doesn't.
Yeah, I think it's got something to do with a black box. Like maybe this guy's a very religious type of person. I don't know, but if I had to guess, it would probably be the black box, the facts and figures that it knows about the person.
Yeah, this is wild. This is pretty
Yeah.
crazy stuff. I mean, like, do you know, I've seen these news articles where like ChatGPT goes super dark, and I'm like, what's happened here?
I think it's to do with the person that's prompting it. I mean, they always say ChatGPT is as smart as the person behind the actual computer, right? So do you know what? I don't think anyone said that, but I'm claiming it.
It's like a mirror.
Yeah, I mean, like, you obviously get it, right? Where people just go in and they say, write me an SEO optimized article, and ChatGPT writes a SEO optimized article, but it's not really SEO optimized. So, I mean, I think it's very much down to the prompts, personally.
Yeah, and I think as well, like, I feel like people almost delegated their decision making, which is like the most important part, to the AI instead of using sense as well. Like, you know, even if it was a friend or if it was someone you're working with and they gave you that advice, your first reaction would be like, no, or like, I'm going to speak to a few other people about this. It wouldn't be like, okay, I'll just take this as it is.
Yeah, it's a bit of a weird one, really. Because I've noticed that as well. Like, so about 12 months ago, I was hiring a developer, and Gary Wilson said, "Oh, there's an epidemic in developers right now," and I'm like, "What do you mean by that?" And basically, after like 10 interviews, I knew exactly what he meant. Basically, really good developers that understand development have just like kind of took their brain out and said, right, I'm just going to solely rely on ChatGPT, Codex, and Claude Code, for example, as opposed to actually having that like forward thinking mindset. I do sometimes fear for certain industries, because if everyone's like that, the overall bar is just going to get lowered.
Yeah, it's like you've just got a bunch of people using AI slop without thinking for themselves and getting super lazy, right?
We've just turned into yes men for AI.
I mean, one thing we actually did, I remember our account managers started just copying and pasting from ChatGPT at one point to clients. I was like, you're not going to be doing. And there was like all these emojis and M dashes and stuff like that. I was like, from now on, you know, ChatGPT is banned for anything client facing, because you can't be lazy. Like, it's there to help amplify your productivity, but it's not there to replace your brain.
Yeah, I mean, like with the client facing stuff, that's like, I mean, it's obviously a major thing for you, right? But there's other people that are like probably just blindly following what ChatGPT says. Obviously, this guy, obviously, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, it's a bit of an interesting one.
There was one business owner I met at a mastermind recently, and he was saying like he's got a team of developers, and he was saying like the best guy on the team won't even touch it. He's like, this is trash. It's kind of like having an assistant that's not very intelligent, and so like his best developer doesn't even use it for this reason.
Yeah, I've spoken to like a few people about like AI developers, because I'm the same. Like, my junior dev uses it, but it almost needs to get then sanitized by the senior dev before anything goes live. And the guys at SEO Domains, I was speaking to actually about this, they said, like, mate, it's been such a pain to get our developers actually using AI, because we paid for the Pro Max or whatever it is, the £250 a month one, and we've given it to like 4 of the developers at SEO Domains, and they said after 5 months, one of them ended up using it, and it was for like one prompt, and then he started slowly getting into it, and then like they literally had to push their developers, and were like, right guys, come on, like we're literally paying £1,000 for these licenses a month. Why are you not using? And even now, the senior developer, like, he'll take the code from ChatGPT or Claude, and then he'll like do his like adjustments to it, and then he'll just like publish it live. Which I don't. Do you know what? I actually don't mind a developer being like that. Like, they said that a lot of developers, they're scared both the security risks.
Yeah, that makes sense to me, for sure. For sure. I mean, the other thing I would wonder with this situation is OpenAI, like, they must be lawyered like crazy, to the point where they must have already considered how this could go wrong, and they must have like loads of T's and C's inside the contracts that stops them being accountable for any.
Terms and do you know what? I've never actually looked at the terms and conditions of. I mean,
because you can see, like, even then they've got terms of use, terms of conditions, They got the policies, like, what, 5 different agreements?
Yeah.
It's like they must have thought about almost everything that they can.
Affiliates? Does ChatGPT have an affiliate system? I don't think it does it?
Nah, not as far. Maybe it's like resellers or something. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I do think you are right. Like, I think ChatGPT is almost like insurance companies, where like I bet 50% of the office is just lawyers just fighting court cases.
Yeah, I mean, like they've got a big one with Apple's, weren't they, at the minute? It's pretty wild.
Yes, I did see that actually.
And Elon as well.
Yeah. Oh, mate, they always do say the more successful you get, the more court cases you get as well. Oh.
Yeah, I think pretty sure I heard something like Elon just gets them like almost every day.
I believe, and the only reason why I know this is Gary was telling me Elon gets about 300 a day.
What?
Yeah.
That is crazy.
So yeah, right. So our next story. We went off on a little bit of a tangent on that last one, but OpenAI says its AI went rogue and launched unprecedented cyber attacks. Have you seen much of this?
Yeah, this was a Hugging Face situation, right?
So I asked it, and I think there's been 2 instances, because we spoke about the Hugging Face, but this is apparently seems to be a little bit of a different timescale. Apparently it just went rogue again.
Is this so there's 2 here, right? There's one with OpenAI and then there's one with Anthropic.
Yes. So Anthropic's, it broke out of their system. That's the one that we covered a few days ago. But Anthropic's also decided to hack other companies. So Anthropic's breached 3 other companies, 2 of which they never even noticed themselves. And it was literally just by doing weak passwords. So I'm guessing how it would work is they knew the username and they would just try a variation of passwords until they got in.
And from what I read, because they did a report on this as well, they released like a full page about it. And basically, it should have been sandboxed. So it shouldn't have been able to access the internet. There was one company running the test, and there's Anthropic themselves. And somehow, and this is why it kind of feels like a little bit of a marketing stunt, but somehow the AI managed to get access to so it clearly wasn't like sandboxed well enough. And then it went off to the internet and started doing crazy stuff.
Yeah, do you know what? I remember about 4 months ago, I believe this was Anthropic as well, when they were doing some testing, and the Anthropic machine got a I'm a Robot captcha, and it went and signed up to a captcha breaker system, and it broke the captcha. I mean, if these are all marketing stunts, then fair play to them. Because I mean, it's got us talking about it, right? The biggest AI bro podcast in the world. So they're getting their sweet publicity. Let me tell you that for a fact. So yeah. Our next story. This is not my favorite, but this was very intriguing. I don't know if you've heard or seen about this, but AI or the LLMs are buying rare books, scanning it into their LLM, and then burning the book so no one else can get access to it.
This is crazy. I saw a few YouTube videos about it, but I didn't click through to them. So I was like, this seems like it's going down a weird path. But I didn't know about this. This is so weird.
The thought process is obviously, like, there's so much on the web that they can scrape. So, like, for example, if ChatGPT scrapes everything, they're up here from an information point of view. If Gemini scrapes everything, they're up here, and if Claude scrapes everything, they're all on like an equal playing field, right? So now they are basically resorting to buying these rare books, and these could be like books from, let's say, like a museum, stuff like that. They're basically scanning them page by page, adding it to their LLM, their information bank, and then just burning the book so no other LLM can actually have that info.
What do you think the books are? Like, this must be like some crazy historic stuff.
So, yeah, to the research that I've done about it is it's like some science stuff, like some theories, certain stuff like that. It is pretty much like all. I mean, it's like sciencey stuff that, like, I wouldn't know anything about. But like, if you're a scientist using ChatGPT, you would think, oh, Claude has the best information about this, for example.
Imagine like you're some guy like 500 years ago, and you're writing this book, and you're like, this is my legacy. It's going to be around for thousands of years. And then like you skip forward and it's just some assistant at ChatGPT like scanning the images and it just burns the book. That's so crazy. That's what it sounds like.
I mean, it's just OpenAI has like a little corner in their office where it's just like a little fire, and it's just like, right, scan this, boom,
Chuck it in there. But it's like
I mean,
a £10,000 book. No, just chuck it in.
chuck it in. The office is a little bit cold today.
Like Sam Altman is like he's just stood there getting his hands warm in front of the fire.
Yeah, I mean, what's your thoughts on this? I think that this is pretty bang out.
If it's like actual important stuff and it's got like a almost sentimental value, then that's crazy. That is crazy.
The one thing that I would say, right, is this piece of paper. I mean, it's currently blank, so ChatGPT, don't go and scan this, mate. But I technically own that piece of paper, and if I wanted to set fire to that piece of paper, I could, right? So like, it's one of those things. It's like if you were an ultra billionaire and you wanted to go and buy 10 Ferraris and crash them all into a wall, nothing's really stopping you.
Yeah, it's interesting as well to think like, okay, well, is it after 100 years a book isn't copyrighted anymore or something like that as well?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, so that makes... But yeah, when you put it like that, it's like, okay, you let me buy it. Maybe it's something where, if it's actually important, people should do more to protect it.
So this was a very interesting take that some people said. It's like, well, I mean, it's like if I own a light bulb and if I wanted to smash it, no one's really gonna say anything. People are only getting up in arms because there's that historical value to it. But then at that point, who do you blame? Do you blame the person burning it or the person that sold it to that person?
Yeah, that's it. I mean, I guess the person who sold it, if they're... it's a moral dilemma, that, isn't it, mate? Moral dilemma.
Yeah.
We need some philosophers on this show.
You've got a couple of books, don't you?
Well, that's what I was thinking, was like, imagine it's the last copy of Link Building Mastery, right? Somehow it got wiped as a PDF off Google Drive and everywhere else on the internet. And the last copy, Sam Altman, he's like, you know what, I'll just scan this, put it in ChatGPT, burn it. But then actually at the same time, it lives on, right? Like, I guess if you make it digital, it lives on. And then a lot of these models get open source and the data is out there already.
Here's one. I don't think it would live on because going back to what we were saying before, after 100 years, it's not copyrighted, so they don't technically need to cite you as a source.
Yeah. Well, welcome to Google, right? Like, that's a future. I mean, we were looking at the potential of what Google could look like in a few years, where you don't really have any sources, or the sources are kind of hidden in the background.
Yeah. Sam Altman is basically going to re-release your book and call it the real link building mastery,
and that's it
by Sam Altman.
Well, it'll be a rarity in museums worldwide.
I might need to get a signed copy, mate.
If I give you the last copy, hold on to it. Don't let Sam Altman buy it.
Mate, if he offers me fucking 10 million, that's gone, mate.
It's out the window. It's gone. Using it as a coffee mat.
So that's been episode 6.
Thanks for watching, everyone. If you want to check out our school groups, link in the comments and the description. See you on the next one.
See you guys.